Gun violence is gun violence is gun violence. Whether it's at the hands of a perpetrator or a police officer, we have to keep our community safe. Recently, it was declared that there would be no charges filed in the case of the killing of Alton Sterling.
The Louisiana Department of Justice cannot proceed with a prosecution of either Officer Lake or Officer Salamone.
Alton Sterling was a father and resident of Baton Rouge who was standing outside of a convenience store when he was gunned down by 2 police officers, shot at point-blank range, and killed. Baton Rouge erupted in protest because 2 years after the killing of Michael Brown, we were still faced with the exact same issue. Why can black men not walk down the street? Why can black women not be safe in their own neighborhood? And why do the police keep killing us? Over and over and over again, black people keep being told that our lives don't matter, and when our lives are taken, that no one's responsible for it. Despite the fact that many Americans have moved on, police violence in this country has not stopped or even slowed. In 2017, the police killed over 1,100 people. 25% of those people were black, even though we only make up 13% of the population. In 2018 alone, almost 300 people have been killed by police. Recently, Stephon Clark was killed in his own backyard when he was shot 20 times by police in Sacramento, California. This problem is not over, even though we've diverted our attention. Every day in our communities, police officers are walking around sworn to serve and protect us. It should concern anyone who believes in democracy that people who work for our government can summarily execute people without a trial, a judge, or a jury. At the end of the day, this is a stain on our democracy, on the beliefs that we hold dear, on the things that we say we value. The key to this issue is solidarity. We have to show up for one another and one another's issues. Don't only show up when it affects you. Recognize that gun violence affected Alton Sterling and Stephon Clark just like it did the young people in Parkland and at Sandy Hook. If you didn't stand up for victims of police violence before, it's not too late. We still need you and everything that you can bring to this fight. Of course, all lives matter, but we say Black Lives Matter because no one seems to be suffering quite like people of color are. This is not about one bad person or one bad apple. This is about an entire system that continues to protect certain people while killing the rest of us. Sometimes people look at the movement that arose from Ferguson and ask, why isn't it solved yet? Why isn't everything changed yet? We have to remember, change takes a long time. Change doesn't just take a year or two, it takes generations. It takes each one of us moving the ball further and further down the field in the way that only we can. Now is a time for action. Comment below on how you plan to take action on police violence, gun violence, and other issues in your community.